Whenever I'm studying, I'm like doing my homework, I always have my ukulele beside me, and that's kind of like in the moments where I feel so overwhelmed, that's what I reach to, and just playing and plucking like a couple of chords and stuff, that really did something, and I was like, maybe that's something I can explore further. I think it's important for youth to take initiative for things because it inspires, and it's like, oh, if they can do it, I can do it too.
I think it's particularly important for young people to get involved with mental health initiatives because mental health affects a lot of young people, and a lot of them are too afraid to talk about it. So by getting more youth involved in different initiatives, it means that more people are going to have better understanding, and it means that we, the youth, can also educate other people based on the information that we've learned.
I started Tutoring Tunes as part of a school project because I wanted to explore music for mental health and kind of do some research on how I could apply that and use it to make a difference in my school. Tutoring Tunes is an after-school program where students can go to get some homework support from senior students and also kind of explore and be introduced to musical activities that can benefit their wellness. After doing some research with music and mental health, I got to interview and talk to some music therapists. I was like, it'd be really cool if I could try and see what impact music therapy can have on students, because it's not really something that schools offer. In order to evaluate the effects that the workshops were having, I created a survey. People were saying some pretty good stuff, like, this is a really nice space. I feel like I could just forget about school for a little bit, but also just de-stress and have fun with a good group of people and play music.
I first heard about Balancing Our Minds through my psychology teacher. With Balancing Our Minds, the goal was to create a toolkit which would be implemented in schools. I applied to be on the Balancing Our Minds Youth Advisory Committee. The advisory committee was a group of basically 8 youth from across BC, and our goal was to help with the details of the toolkit, if I can put it that way. We are the ones who decided the information that'd go in, how it was going to be presented, and also kind of why we wanted to discuss those specific things.
I got involved in Balancing Our Minds Surrey, and I had started doing some public speaking at that time about mental health issues, and so I was asked to be on the planning committee and to be the host of the event, and one of the times I shared my story as well. So in terms of how to get involved, I think really finding the local clubs in your community or in your school to really say, hey, I have this experience, I'm really passionate about making change for mental health for people like me, and I'm willing to be involved. And start with volunteer work and see if you can just get involved in any cool projects that really speak to you. There's often teachers in schools that will really kind of champion some of this work, and connecting with them and just saying when something comes up, this is what I'm really interested in, is a really great place to start.
I talked to my psychology teacher specifically because I knew that she would be the best person, because that's literally what we talk about in her class. So talking to someone who's well experienced or is a trusted person who will push to help you and be there for you is very important.
I knew from the start that before I did anything, I wanted to educate myself first and do research, because once I started looking into it, I found that a lot of other people have done things like this before. So I kind of took inspiration from that too.
Honestly, the steps that I took to get here, it wasn't that difficult. It wasn't something that I had to write a huge essay for or do a lot of work for. It was just explaining my opinion and just talking from the heart. And I think everyone can do that, so just get out there and look for opportunities.
Even if you're not ready to start your own club, there's many ways you can get involved. Most schools have like a wellness club or a counselor which you can talk to, and there's a lot of spaces like on social media. There's a lot of people advocating for mental health. Don't be afraid to sit in on a meeting. Even it might be a little intimidating at first, but it always pays off, and there's people out there that are feeling the same way as you, and you can get inspired by them.